In the heart of a dense, ancient forest, there stood a secluded cottage, said to be cursed by the presence of a vengeful witch. Locals whispered tales of inexplicable occurrences, shadows that moved on their own, and eerie lights flickering in the dead of night. A young family, unaware of the cottage's dark history, decided to make it their home. Mark, Lisa, and their curious daughter, Emily, moved in, hoping for a peaceful life away from the bustling city. Soon after their arrival, strange things began to happen. Objects moved on their own, and Emily claimed to have seen a woman in black robes wandering in the woods. Mark dismissed these as mere fantasies, but Lisa couldn't shake off the feeling of unease that settled over the cottage. Lisa delved into the village's history and uncovered the legend of Ilara, a powerful witch who had cursed the land centuries ago. It was said that her spirit still lingered, seeking revenge for a past betrayal. As the clock struck midnight, the cottage came alive with supernatural energy. Shadows danced on the walls, and eerie chants filled the air. The family, now terrified, realized that the legend of Ilara was more than just a story. Emily, the youngest member of the family, seemed oddly drawn to the supernatural occurrences. She claimed that Ilara spoke to her, telling her tales of her tragic past and the betrayal that had led to her vengeful spirit. One stormy night, Ilara's spirit grew stronger. She revealed to Emily an ancient ritual that could grant her physical form once more. Emily, influenced by Ilara's persuasive words, started gathering the necessary ingredients for the ritual. Mark remained skeptical, believing that it was all a product of their imagination. He dismissed Emily's claims and Lisa's fears, chalking it up to the stress of their new surroundings. Little did he know that Ilara's power was growing stronger each day. The veil between the spirit world and the living world grew thinner. Ilara's influence extended beyond the cottage, affecting the entire village. Crops withered, and once friendly animals turned aggressive, all signs of the witch's growing wrath. Desperate to save her family and the village, Lisa agreed to help Emily perform the ritual. Unbeknownst to them, the ritual required a sacrifice, a fact that Ilara had conveniently left out. The atmosphere grew charged with dark energy as they prepared to summon the vengeful witch. The ritual commenced, and Ilara's spirit manifested, her form shifting from ethereal mist to corporeal reality. With each passing moment, her power grew, and the surroundings darkened as if night had fallen prematurely. Ilara, now in physical form, engaged in a battle of wits with the family. She used their deepest fears against them, manipulating their minds and testing their resolve. Lisa, Mark, and Emily had to rely on each other to outsmart the cunning witch. In a moment of clarity, Emily remembered an old family heirloom, a protection amulet said to ward off evil spirits. With newfound hope, they retrieved the amulet and used it to weaken Ilara, whose powers waned in the presence of the ancient artifact. The cottage itself seemed to come alive, revealing its own secrets. The walls whispered forgotten incantations, and ancient symbols glowed faintly. The family realized that the cottage was a sanctuary, a place where the forces of good held some power against Ilara's darkness. Empowered by the protection amulet and the cottage's ancient magic, the family confronted Ilara. A fierce battle ensued, with magical energies clashing in a dazzling display of light and shadow. It was a battle not just for their lives, but for the very soul of the cottage and the village it stood in. In a moment of bravery, Emily stepped forward, offering herself as a sacrifice to bind Ilara's spirit once and for all. Tearfully, she hugged her parents, knowing the risks. With a burst of blinding light, the witch and Emily were consumed, merging their fates in a final sacrificial act. With Ilara's spirit finally at rest, the cottage settled into an eerie calm. The malevolent energy that had plagued the family and the village dissipated, replaced by a sense of peace. The cottage, once a place of fear, had become a sanctuary, its walls now echoing with whispers of gratitude. The village slowly recovered from the ordeal, its fields becoming green again, and its animals returning to their gentle nature. The family, although heartbroken over Emily's sacrifice, found solace in the knowledge that their daughter had saved them all. The village, once hushed in fear, now spoke of the family's bravery. Their tale became a legend, a cautionary story told to children about the dangers of dabbling in the supernatural. The protection amulet was enshrined in the village temple, a reminder of the family's sacrifice. Years later, a traveler arrived in the village, drawn by the tales of bravery and sacrifice. She was a historian, seeking the truth behind the legend. Little did she know that her curiosity would lead her to unearth even darker secrets, ones that had long been buried beneath the village's history. In the village archives, the historian discovered ancient manuscripts, detailing rituals and spells that were best left forgotten. The words seemed to writhe on the pages, as if eager to be unleashed. Unbeknownst to her, the power contained within those texts was far greater than she could imagine. As the historian delved deeper into the manuscripts, she unknowingly awakened a dormant force. Shadows crept along the walls, and the air grew heavy with malevolence. The vengeful spirits, once banished by Ilara's sacrifice, now hungered for freedom, and they latched onto the historian's curiosity. The village, blissfully unaware of the impending danger, experienced strange phenomena once more. Crops withered, and the once friendly animals turned feral. The protection amulet, once a symbol of safety, began to lose its glow, as if its power was being drained. The historian, sensing the darkness she had unleashed, frantically searched for a way to undo her actions. She retraced her steps, trying to decipher the ancient texts to find a solution. Little did she know that the vengeful spirits had marked her as their vessel, and her fate was intertwined with their release. With time running out, the historian attempted a desperate ritual to banish the vengeful spirits. The air crackled with dark energy as she chanted incantations, trying to bind the spirits once more. But the spirits, now free, fought back with a ferocity born of centuries of imprisonment. The village, once thriving, descended into chaos. Madness gripped the residents as the vengeful spirits fed on their fear and despair. The historian, realizing the magnitude of her mistake, sought help from the villagers, but her pleas fell on deaf ears, drowned out by the spirits' haunting whispers. Through her research, the historian discovered a chilling truth. Her bloodline was linked to the ancient witch who had cursed the land. She was a descendant, and her actions had inadvertently triggered the spirit's release. The burden of her ancestors' sins weighed heavily on her shoulders. One night, as the historian struggled to find a way to save the village, a vengeful spirit appeared before her. It offered her a bargain. If she could solve a riddle, the spirits would spare the village. Desperate, and with no other choice, she accepted the challenge, unaware of the twisted game that awaited her. The riddle proved to be a labyrinth of enigmas, each answer leading to another question. The historian, her mind unraveling under the pressure, delved deeper into the spirit's twisted riddle. With each correct answer, a glimmer of hope flickered, but the spirit's malevolent laughter echoed in the background. After days of relentless questioning and searching for answers, the historian finally unraveled the spirit's riddle. The truth hit her like a tidal wave. The spirits were not seeking redemption but annihilation. They craved the destruction of the village and anyone tied to the cursed bloodline. Armed with the knowledge of the spirit's true intentions, the historian rallied the few remaining villagers. Together, they prepared for a final stand, hoping to outwit the vengeful entities that sought their demise. The air crackled with tension as they set their defenses, knowing that their survival depended on their cunning. As night fell, the spirits descended upon the village with a fury unmatched. Shadows twisted and danced, and chilling laughter filled the air. The historian and the villagers fought back, their wills unyielding, but the spirit's power seemed limitless, fueled by centuries of resentment. In a desperate act of sacrifice, the historian realized that the spirit sought not just her death, but the extinction of the cursed bloodline. With a heavy heart, she severed the link, willingly offering her life to break the curse. The spirits recoiled, their power waning as the curse unraveled. With the historian's sacrifice, the spirits' hold over the village weakened. The curse that had plagued the bloodline for generations lifted, leaving behind a village scared but free. The remaining villagers, grateful for the historian's sacrifice, vowed to honor her memory and protect the land from any future darkness. In the aftermath of the battle, a haunting silence settled over the village. The air, once heavy with malevolence, now felt lighter, and the villagers dared to hope for a future without fear. The historian's name became a symbol of bravery, whispered in awe and gratitude by generations to come. The village, although scarred, began to heal. Flowers bloomed where shadows once lay, and laughter once again filled the air. The tale of the cursed bloodline and the historian's sacrifice became a cautionary legend, a reminder of the importance of understanding the past and the consequences of tampering with the supernatural. Deep within the village archives, the manuscripts that had triggered the curse lay forgotten. Covered in dust, they remained untouched, a reminder of the darkness that had almost consumed the village. The villagers, now aware of the manuscript's dangerous power, decided to seal them away, ensuring that their secrets would remain buried. As a token of gratitude, the village erected a statue in honor of the historian. They believed her spirit watched over them, a guardian against any lingering malevolence. The statue stood tall, its eyes filled with determination, a silent sentinel protecting the village from the shadows of the past. With the curse broken, the village flourished. The resilience of its people became a beacon of hope, a testament to the strength of unity and the power of sacrifice. The village became a sanctuary, where travelers would hear the tale of bravery and find inspiration in the face of adversity. Generations passed, and the tale of the cursed bloodline and the historian's sacrifice became a cherished part of the village's identity. Parents told their children the story, instilling in them the importance of learning from the mistakes of the past and the value of compassion and bravery. Despite the passage of time, whispers of the historian's sacrifice echoed in the village's wind. Her memory became a source of strength, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the light of courage could prevail. The village stood as a testament to the enduring power of hope. The artifacts associated with the cursed bloodline, including the protection amulet and the historian's research, were carefully preserved in a hidden chamber within the village temple. The villagers, respecting the artifact's potency, vowed to safeguard them, ensuring that they would never fall into the wrong hands again. With each passing year, the village's wounds healed further. The haunting memories of the curse faded, replaced by a newfound sense of peace. The village prospered, its fields fertile, and its people content. It seemed as though the darkness of the past was finally vanquished. The tale of the cursed bloodline and the historian's sacrifice became a timeless legend, known far beyond the village's borders. Travelers and bards carried the story with them, sharing it with distant lands, where it served as a parable of hope and bravery in the face of insurmountable odds. In the hearts of the villagers, the historian's enduring spirit lived on. Her sacrifice became a symbol of selflessness, inspiring generations to come. The village, once haunted by its dark past, had transformed into a sanctuary of peace and enlightenment, all thanks to the courage of one determined soul. In the spirit realm, the vengeful spirits, no longer bound by malevolence, watched over the village with gratitude. They had found peace, their anger and resentment transformed into understanding and forgiveness. Their unseen presence enveloped the village in a protective embrace, ensuring that the darkness of the past would never return. The village, now a beacon of hope and resilience, continued to thrive. The descendants of the cursed bloodline became leaders, scholars, and protectors, their actions guided by the lessons of the past. The historian's sacrifice had paved the way for a future filled with harmony and compassion. The guardian statue of the historian stood tall, its unwavering gaze fixed on the horizon. It seemed to watch not only over the village but also over the world, its silent vigil a reminder of the enduring power of bravery and sacrifice. Travelers who passed by felt a sense of awe, as if the statue held the wisdom of centuries within its stone form. In the spirit realm, the vengeful spirits, now transformed into benevolent guardians, expressed eternal gratitude to the historian. They had found redemption through her sacrifice, their souls freed from the chains of anger. They watched over the village with affection, their presence a silent assurance of protection and peace. The tale of the cursed bloodline and the historian's sacrifice became a cherished narrative, retold by generations under the light of the village's central bonfire. As the embers flickered and the stars shone above, the story served as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit could triumph, illuminating the path to a future filled with hope and endless possibilities.